Mark Rogers TV scanning the ACC, looking at positional units with just about 2 weeks to play. Week 1, looking at Wake Forest, the defensive back. We get helped out by Robert Reinhard from Blogger So Dear on the SB Nation platform. So, Robert, we appreciate you now completing the team for us on the offense and the defensive side and getting us set for 2016. You got a really good cornerback coming back in Brad Watson. He's a senior now, very dependable, 2 interceptions, 72 tackles last season. So if you can set us up at cornerback.
Sure, yeah, always happy to do these positional breakdowns with you. I think you do a great job covering all teams across the country. Yeah, Brad Watson could be a really good player for us. I don't know, he received some votes for all ACC. I don't know if he'll be quite up there at the top, but I think he'll be a very good player for us. Senior, had some interceptions last year, really started to come along. And corner should be an improved position for us. It was a little rough last year. Devin Golden was a graduate transfer out of Wisconsin for us. Got beat too many times, quite frankly, and that led to us starting a true freshman towards the second half of the year, and Dionte Austin, who was pretty undersized last year in terms of body weight. Is around 150, 155, and now he's in about 170 this year. And I expect him to start opposite Brad Watson and form a pretty good duo. And then backing those two up are going to be Amari Henderson. He's a redshirt freshman. He was actually competing for that starting role against Austin last year, but he had some sort of nagging injuries in camp that caused him to ultimately be redshirted. And then a player who's really had a good camp is true freshman Hassan Bassi. So if Austin and Henderson are, a little dinged up, which they are right now, Bassi could actually get the start week 1 against Tulane. But even if he doesn't get that start, I definitely expect him to contribute this year. He's first team All-State Class 5A in the state of Georgia last year, so he can play. And we're not as good at corner as we were 2 years ago with Bud Noel and Kevin Johnson, but that was one of the better cornerback pairs really in the country that year. But I think we're deeper, and we're definitely going to improve on our interceptions, which we just had 6 last year, which was 111 nationally. So corner, if we can stay healthy, should be a pretty good position for us, I think.
Yeah, very good, and also pretty deep, because even if you have to go to some of the guys that you mentioned out of the last 2 recruiting classes, in Bassi and Henderson, the 95th rated cornerback out of Columbus, Georgia in 2016. Previous recruiting class, Henderson, a number 85, according to ESPN, out of Charlotte. And as you well know, Dionte Austin, extremely regarded at the 33rd ranked cornerback, coming out in 2015, had an interception and 2 tackles for loss last year. Safety also appears to have some numbers there that you can rely on. Cameron Glenn in particular, with 38 tackles as a freshman last year.
Yeah, I think safety could be another improved position for us. That's sort of the theme of our team, and hopefully it pays dividends come the fall when they start playing games. Cameron Glenn should be a good player for us. Thought he played pretty well as a redshirt freshman last year. Did a good job tackling. Had an interception, and I think playmaking is definitely going to be an improvement at the safety position. I expect Ryan Janvion, a senior, to start. He's a good tackler, but not necessarily the best playmaker in the world. He's only had 1 interception during his 3 years, and he's started 30 plus games during that time. But Jesse Bates is a redshirt freshman who chose Wake Forest late over Iowa. And I think he could be a real impact player for us. Multi-sport athlete in high school, and had 9 interceptions as a senior in high school. Obviously, that's high school, but I've been very impressed with what I've seen and read about him. And I expect Janvion to start, and Bates probably to start opposite Janvion, though Glenn could start. And the idea there is really that Janvion learns both of those positions, and those 3 just rotate a lot. So again, we should be deeper at that position. We should be able to rotate in and keep fresh legs, and I think that's going to lead to increased forced turnovers, which is going to help our offense, which we need all the help we can get. So I think secondary will definitely be an improved position across the board.
Yeah, we've mentioned 8 players here. So as you well know, you line up with 4 to start on first down, but teams spread it out at 4 and 5 wide, and you need either depth at cornerback, most likely in terms of the slot coverage, or at safety, guys that can play in space and not blow coverages and be able to make tackles in space as well. So interesting position for Wake Forest as they try to compete in the ACC. Talking defensive back with Robert Reinhard from Blogger So Dear. Appreciate it, Robert.
Hey, thank you as always.